might bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need Jack, nah. I'm real proud of the steps you took just to get to the place that you at today. I couldn't tell you to you straight, I gotta estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the pastor say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last today. I got the city talking about me like a passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Chicago Bears.
Steven Hauschka set to kick off.
NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
David Montgomery.
Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
The tackle made at the...
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. They'll set up to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a first down.
Our eyes and attention are on the fullback. Big time carry, big yardage. But how about the guys up front, the offensive line? A lot of people think they may have to block it differently for the fullback to get big yardage. They really don't. Because he's big, strong, and powerful, a lot of times he makes his own way. They may not have to block as hard.
On first down, Drake. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one, 28 yards on the ground. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Murray now. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Well, that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes they think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Cardinals 7, Bears nothing. Stephen Hauschka set to kick off.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college. and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Murray. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll try again with Drake. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
He was brought down at the
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Number 3.
They only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 58. Come on. 58.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. Yeah, they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
Good shot.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll hand it to Drake here on the option. And he stopped immediately there. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Murray a give. This is Drake. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. He may try, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
That's good.
The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
Now a run with Montgomery. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Murray. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Murray now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On the option, here's Drake. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. He was 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's 2nd and 8. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
Good.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 29. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. I love plays like that. A defensive lineman holding the football. It's like a kid who stole a cookie from the cookie jar, and then he's just fleeing the scene of the crime.
And all he's doing in his mind, reliving his days when he was young, probably played fullback on his high school team, always wanted to be the tailback carrying the ball, trying his best to lug that bad boy the distance.
Pretty impressive. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kenyon Drake hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 21, Bears nothing.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, 19, Good track.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Recovered by Arizona.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
45 is the mark for him. You don't know. He's coming.
Murray on the option. He'll give it to Drake. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Arizona.
Kenyon Drake in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground again here. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
to be fairly clear
by
the time we have to leave the booth.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
45, Mike, 45.
Now Murray off play action. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught at the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 51 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Running for the shotgun with Drake. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown Cardinals.
Number 10.
DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals add on. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Here's Cohen now to return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On 2nd down now, it's Montgomery. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
48 Mike. 48 Mike. Hey, I'm coming. Hey, alert 48.
They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here we go. Bang. Shift.
From the gun, it's Drake. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd down.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. From the gun, Murray. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray keeping it himself from 10 yards away as his guys continue to pour it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, he's got him in the lead. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
They're on the coverage.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
59 Mike, 59 Mike, check, 59.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Counter play, Drake. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Murray dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Down Cardinals.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Murray on the keeper. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Mike, 58, right there. Get that quarterback at all costs. And 58 is a Mike. Push him back. Push him back.
2nd and 5 now. Murray, and this one's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Yards to go.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Drake. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Probably wishing that they could have had a few runs like that earlier in the game, now facing this deficit in the 4th.
Hard to criticize a run of that magnitude, but they really need those types of runs to go the distance and need bigger plays to try and get back.
And now here is another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, young quarterback Charles rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Murray's going to yield to Drake on the option. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Taken down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. 13 yards, the tally on the return there. And the Bears take over.
At their own 29-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 10. They try again with Cohen. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off into 4th. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
45's the mic. 45's the mic.
Right back to Drake. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Drake, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
33-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
Brought down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
He was brought down.
He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
Made back at the 44-yard line.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Back to throw now on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 7-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Drake. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Gain of 4.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Arizona, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're